everybody who has, over the last year, thought that we were under attack by our own government to take a step back and look at this whole Russia situation for what it is. There's a lot of propaganda going on. Nothing that has changed over the last 2 years. Nothing that has changed since President Trump won in 2016. And I want to remind you that these people have been purveyors of misinformation and have done so much to harm this country that suddenly now they're on the side of righteousness, that they're on the side of truth. I'm not saying that Vladimir Putin is a great guy or that he is fighting for the cause of freedom and all that, because that would be an absolute lie. But what I will say is that Vladimir Putin is similar to what we felt. Vladimir Putin is feeling what you have felt over the last couple years from your own government, because it's all the same people doing to him what they have done to us. Right now, they're putting a smear campaign against Vladimir Putin, and maybe some of it is justified, maybe some of it isn't. But think about it. These are the people who have called you racist, homophobic, and every other name in the book because you believe in freedom and because you believe in the Constitution of the United States. So now they're the good guys. I'm sorry if I don't believe it, because what they have done to us and what they have done to this country over the last few years, and if you've woken up over that, don't fall into this right away. The whole I stand with Ukraine. If you stand with Ukraine, grab yourself a rifle, take the red eye, and get your ass out there. Because putting our children in harm's way, our young men and women in harm's way because they have vested interest in Ukraine, to me, isn't the way to go. I do not know what any interest the United States has vested in Ukraine other than the elites who have made millions and billions of dollars off of Ukraine. How does that serve the American people? It doesn't, because as everything else, what you have to remember, these people only serve themselves. And they try to get you caught up in the propaganda by showing you videos, unfortunately, of children dying or whatever else it is that they want to get you caught up in the propaganda to get on their side, because that's what they do. Just like they got all these lunatic lefties believing everything they say. If you have been against what they've been doing to us for the last few years, do not get caught up in the propaganda. These are the same people who have force inoculated you, made you and your children wear masks everywhere, and lied to you about it. They were the same people who let loose the rioters in 2020, destroy your cities. It's all the same people, folks. They are no different than the same people who did that then. They are the same people who locked us down and caused many small businesses to go out of business. The same people who, if you refuse to take the inoculation, they forced you out of your job. The same people who have taken you off every platform for speaking truth to power. These are the same people. They haven't changed. They're the same people who are arresting political opponents as we speak. They're going after Donald J. Trump. They're going after the January 6th people. They're going after anyone who comes and exposes the deep state. Same people. Nothing has changed. They are the same people who have been calling you racist, as I said. They're the same people who bought you Jussie Smollett. They're the same people who tried to destroy a 17-year-old boy by the name of Kyle Rittenhouse. All they do is give disinformation. How can people who side with CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, all those people that have lied to us throughout the last few years, suddenly telling us the truth? The people who did what they did to us during November 3rd, 2020 and still deny it are the people behind this. Again, I'm not saying Vladimir Putin is a great guy, because he's not. I don't even support Vladimir Putin. But I don't support the people who did this either. Vladimir Putin has a side. these people have a side. Maybe there's some side that's truthful in the middle. But I do know they're just as much a tyrant as Vladimir Putin is. These are the people who went, because they're doing to Vladimir Putin. Now think about this. They're taking Russia off of any chance of making deals through banks with the rest of the world, right? They're removing them from the world banking system. Does that sound familiar to you? Did they not do the same thing in a smaller way to the people in Canada? To the people in Canada who supported the truckers? They're just doing it on a bigger scale now. That's what you have to see. You can't get caught up in the propaganda, because these people who are doing this are just as bad as Vladimir Putin. They are willing to send your children to war. They are willing to let Vladimir Putin potentially drop nuclear bombs, because you know what they're going to do? They're all going to head to Colorado with their families, hook up in a bunker while bombs are dropping everywhere. You and your families will die. The world as we know will never be the same, and they'll be safe because they don't care about you. Don't take either side. Let them know we don't support war against Russia, and we don't support them either. Nothing they say is true. So that's all I ask you. Don't get caught up in the hoopla. Don't listen to none of the mainstream news channels, because you think suddenly after all these years of lying they're telling us the truth. Be aware. Be aware of who your enemies are when they try to side with you suddenly. Try to get you to get pulled into the narrative, because everything they do is a narrative. I guarantee you, we have a war going on right now, and if you try to report other than what they want you to report, you will start seeing people removed from social media. It's going to happen, because nothing has changed. They're liars, they're criminals, they're haters of America, they're haters of freedom, and they still want to change the world. And that's why Vladimir Putin is not having it. Two bad guys, or two bad entities, meeting head on. Anyway, thanks for watching, and talk to you later.